Hi, I'm David Lee, and I'm excited to be with chef owner Jean-Claude today at Blanc restaurant. It's at the corner of McGregor and Cypress Lake.
Yep.
If you haven't been here, you got to come try it. And one of the things that just blows me away is the French onion soup. And Jean-Claude promised to share the recipe today, as long as I don't share it with anybody else. Right, Jean-Claude? Right? So thank you so much.
Nice to see you again. Yeah, today we are going to fly to Paris, you know.
Okay.
You know, the onion soup in Paris, it's a tradition. Like you go out at night, and late at night, at midnight, you go to a restaurant to have onion soup. That's a late dinner, because it's onion soup by itself. It's a full meal almost, you know. So that's really the way. In France, they call that gratiné, you know, because it's broiled on the top and it's all nice and crispy. So tonight we are going to show you the real onion soup.
Okay.
You know, they do in Paris, so
okay.
I don't know where. So first of all, I'm going to give you a recipe for about 8 people. So you start with 3 beautiful large onions like that, and you will have to cut them. And the way you dice it is really important, because you need to dice them the proper way. Otherwise, it will not have the same texture, the perfect texture in the soup itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you, it will not cook at the same way, you know. So you make sure you remove all the unknown things. So first of all, you are going to dice it in a small thing. So we are going to cut some corner, because we don't want.
I love the magic of being in a kitchen with a real chef.
So now we have our 3 onions cut, and we are going to take an heavy pan. The best for that is like a cast iron.
Okay.
You know, so that's a nice heavy thing. You put butter. Never measure it. You put more. You put more.
Never.
Whatever you think, you put more. That's the secret.
Did Julia Child learn from you, or did you learn from Julia Child? That's what I
come on,
know.
I'm not that old. All right, so we're into and so that
it's not that much butter when you think of 3
onions.
No.
Yeah. And that, if you want, if you have a big pot enough, you can make a big onion soup. That will freeze it, and you put it in a little
Ziploc
bag for 2 people. When you want onion soup, you just have to take it, warm it up, and finish it on your broiler. And that will be a great thing, because the work will be the same. To do 3 onions or 9 onions will be the same. So you can do, the best way is to make a lot of it, and if you have a freezer, you keep it in your freezer.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I get a lot of comments say, well, show me how to make something for 1 person. I say, make this, and you can freeze 7 of them, and then you have lunches for.
That will be perfect.
Or when you're up in the middle of the night, you can
here we go.
think you're in Paris.
So that's. So you let your butter melt, and you are going to put your onion in it, and now you have to really make sure you stir everything well. Voila, like that. And you are going to cover it. And you are going to let it cook.
I like this lid back here too.
Yeah, that works. You know, it's always, as a matter of fact, it's a pretty good lid, because you make a little vortex over there.
Yeah, aren't you? These are potatoes for tonight at the
restaurant,
right?
Yeah, for the restaurant. So that you are going to let it cook for 20 minutes.
Okay.
But every 5 minutes, you are going to stir it. So after 20 minutes, you are going to remove your lid and crank the heat a little bit higher, you know.
Okay, so we had it on medium.
Yeah, it was on medium, and like that it will sweat your onion. And now you are going to start to caramelize it. There already at the caramelized, and you want to go to that color. That's nice gold brown color. You don't want to go farther than that, really. And so when it's like that,
Okay. So it's like light brown sugar.
yeah. And that's I mean that's the thing, because you need to have this caramelization to give the taste of the onion, really, you know, to really give the thing. So you are going to take about 3 tablespoons of flour, and that will help to give a little consistency to the soup.
Okay.
To give a little, you know, like when you want to thicken a sauce, that will help you to do that,
Yeah,
and also to brown. Like
Is this all-purpose flour?
yeah.
3
all-purpose
tablespoons.
flour.
Then.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that on the high to make sure, and you let it really brown. It is like a roux, you know. You let it cook for about 3 minutes. But so we have some white wine and some cream sherry. So those are very important. The white wine will give the little acidity to the soup and the body, and the cream sherry will give a little sweetness.
Huh.
So about
Okay.
2 cups of each. So like if you do a bigger recipe, make sure to adjust all
Yeah,
those things,
yeah.
because those are really important. That's really what gives the whole thing to the soup, you know. See that my flour
Yeah,
start to, see? And same thing. You are going to cook it and let it. Et voilà.
Cream sherry, huh?
Cream sherry, which is really good. And if you want, you can always flame it. You might flame it like that. You remove the alcohol.
You could cook it off too, but
Yeah, you
here
can
you
cook-
could flame
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't pick up. But you see, there it doesn't need to be.
Jean-Claude, I'm glad to see
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that splashes on my
Yeah,
kitchen stove.
They call me Messy Freddy. Here we go. And then, so when you cook it, after that, like for 3 minutes, you go back to a boil, about 3 minutes, and then you are going to add about 6 cups for that
Yeah.
recipe, 6 cups of beef stock,
Beef stock.
you know. And that's it. And let it cook for about half an hour, and your onion soup is ready. Now the final part, which is important for the gratiné.
It thickens up too, Jean-Claude.
Yeah, oh yeah, because the flour, the best way is to use gruyere, you know. Gruyere. Gruyere, that's the...
I
that's
can
the-
never pronounce. Yeah, Swiss cheese. Good
yeah,
Swiss cheese.
a good Swiss cheese. A good thing, don't have gruyere because sometimes you cannot find it. You do Swiss cheese, and what I do, I mix a little mozzarella. Why? Because the mozzarella gives a
Yeah.
little extra visual
yeah.
taste, and it is good. I mean, it is good. So when you're ready for that, you take your onion soup when it's warm, and that you can warm it up in a microwave. It's warm, and you just put it in your little ramekin or whatever soup bowl you have. But you don't want something too big. You want about 1 cup.
Yeah, because it does fill you up.
Yeah. And everybody has a broiler at home. If you have an oven, you will have a broiler.
Yeah.
So you put that, and you have to put some little crostini. So you can buy some already made crostini, or you can make your own. You just take some old baguette, put a little bit of butter on it, a little bit of salt, put it at 250 in the oven or 300 degrees until they are nice and crispy.
Yep.
You don't want to toast them. You want to dry
Right,
them.
just dry them out.
Yeah. So you put the, and the bread, what the bread will do, the bread will be the
It gets
boat,
soft, yeah.
the boat for the cheese. It will
Oh,
carry the boat.
boot.
It will
The
carry
boot.
the.
It'll keep the cheese
yeah,
on
the
top.
boat. Yeah. It's a boat. It's a little cheese cargo. And
And you said the good cheese is what makes this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and don't be afraid to put cheese. And now, we have our broiler, but you have the same thing in your oven, and it's going to be ready in about
And-
1 minute.
And you're really close to the burner too.
Yeah, close to the burner, and you make sure, and that you will have to look at it to see when it's ready. That's it. You're in Paris. You know, and that's going to take. But what I like about that soup, it's you make a big batch of it, and you portion it. And like that, you do.
Yeah.
You labor a little bit in the morning only, but you have soup for quite a bit, you know. And it's always the same. It doesn't turn bad. It doesn't. And it's when you're ready to do it, take a little thing, microwave it, finish it on your broiler, and that's done. There we go. There we go. Nice little onion soup. And that you serve it like a. Here we serve it on a little bowl like that. You know. And here we go, smell it. I can hear accordion. No?
Oh, yeah.
You feel like we're in Paris.
Yeah, where's the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower.
There we
Wow.
go. That's the onion soup.
Marianne, you want to, and Waylon, come on up. And Dennis, are you going to try some too? Huh? Yeah. We'll get you some napkins here. Waylon, you're the one that told me about this.
No,
Huh?
there we go.
There's the mozzarella cheese.
Yeah. So and that's the new one we just cooked. You know, so without the cheese, so that the broth we made.
That's the French onion soup I've ever had.
Huh? It is darn good, isn't it? On behalf of all of us, particularly Waylon and me, thanks for showing us the French onion soup.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And what do you say we stay for dinner tonight? This is your specialty,
Yeah.
49-ounce ribeye, bone-in ribeye. And we should just stay.
I think we all.
What do you think? Chef Jean-Claude, thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much from
You're
Blanc
welcome.
Restaurant.
Welcome. You're going to see and try it.
And here's the prawn.
And even you know what?
excuse me.
There we go. That's
Now there,
We'll start with
what do you think?
But you know,
surf and turf.
There you go.
Blanc sway.
No, you have all the secret. But you know what? If you don't want to work, you come to see me. I cook for you.
Good.